Welcome back to the channel, guys. Currently in Bristol Temple Meads. I'm just looking into the passenger shed, which seems to be nothing more now than just a car park. We're down here for a couple of reasons today. But before we go any further, I just want to say a big thank you to all the support, all the messages of love and get well. Time out was a little bit longer than I'd hoped for, but sometimes that happens to be the case. So we're back at it, back out there, trying to get you some footage. For all the new followers, welcome. Hope you like what you see so far. Keep following for more, and we'll be doing our best in the coming weeks to bring you some good stuff. Train strike on today, so we've come to Temple Meads just to see if there's any travel, see what the BT police are up to. There's probably going to be lots of people down this way filming, but we'll have a look and see what the crack is and avoid people that are talking into their phones and not looking where they're flipping out they're going. So I've got to say, considering that there's a train strike, looking at the board, there certainly seems to be a fair few bits going on. Plenty of staff about anyway, so customer information points over this way apparently. Lots of workmen, so I don't know what that's all about, but got to say, first time filming on a railway station. Seen a few videos from other people who have had a few issues. So there certainly seems to be plenty of staff working, so we'll have a little look outside. Can I just ask a question, is that all right?
Yeah.
You seem to have an awful lot of trains running considering there's a strike. Is it not affecting this area too much?
Have you got permission to be filming on the station?
Can't see any signs saying I can't.
Oh, right, okay. So if you want to film on the station, professionally, you need permission?
I'm not a professional, I'm an amateur.
Okay. So if you want any comment on film, you just need to talk to the press team.
Okay. That's the only answer I'm getting, is it? After a simple question just about trains and this?
So
okay, that's fine. No worries. I'll keep walking around then and see if anybody else is upset when we're filming. So, obviously not a very helpful young man there. Simple question. I wonder if this gentleman will be able to answer the question. Excuse me, sir. I've just asked your colleague, simple question. I didn't realise there was a train strike today. You seem to have an awful lot of trains running. Is this area not affected by the strike?
No, I can't tell you, I'm an agency.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, no, I just wondered because I want to try and get to Gloucester, but when somebody just told me there was a train strike, I thought I'd better come in and see if I can speak to somebody and find out what the crack is. So
you want to go to Gloucester?
In about an hour, yeah.
Do you have a ticket?
Not yet, I've got to purchase it today.
Okay. Well, there are some TEs. One thing.
Okay, thank you. You are allowed to smile.
What have you been here for?
I'm just doing a little story on Temple Meads station before heading up to Gloucester. Although this young man's told me I need permission to film. But I can't see any signs anywhere, so is that a legal request?
I think if you
Sorry.
want to see these people here.
Okay,
Okay.
lovely.
Okay.
And is that just to... Hello mate. I'm just inquiring, in about an hour, I want to travel to Gloucester.
Camera.
It is a camera, yeah.
Turn your camera off.
What is that then?
We don't want to be filmed.
You don't want to be filmed?
Turn your camera off.
Don't talk to me like that, mate.
Lydia.
Listen, listen, have some respect for the public.
He's filming us.
Well, I want to ask a question about... Jesus Christ, what is with the attitude with you people? I'm filming what I'm doing in Bristol at the moment. I want to inquire about getting to Gloucester in about an hour. But with this attitude,
No, but because we're very...
what do you mean no because?
Because it's a
There
very-
is no way
it's
to
a very
talk to a member of the
it's a very
public, is there?
sensitive situation with people pointing cameras in our
Oh,
face.
don't be so bloody daft. There's cameras all over
There's
the
a
place.
strike
You're
going.
probably filming me.
No, I'm not.
No, I don't mean you. I mean there's cameras
So what was your
somewhere.
inquiry?
I want to know
Yeah.
if the trains, because I've only just found out there's a strike on.
Right, okay.
Is there a train in about an hour and a half going to Gloucester? And if so, where do I get my ticket and what platform would it be leaving from?
Yeah, but it's quite unusual to have a camera poked in our face.
No, it's not. We live in 2022. Everybody's got cameras. Everybody's filming everything they do.
Have cameras in
But your
people's
attitude
faces.
was wrong. And you're not going to apologise for your
I
attitude.
apologise to you for that.
Thank you. Because if you'd have just said, excuse me, young man, please don't film me.
Yeah, well, I did.
It's no, you didn't.
I did. I said-
You started demanding. So you don't even know what you've said.
No, I apologise for what I said.
It's wasted now. It's like hanging washing out in the rain, isn't it? Waste of bloody time.
Right, so nothing going to Gloucester?
At all?
No.
Oh,
There is the bus that you can get.
is there?
The cross country which they got on, which is outside the station.
Just out here.
Go to Cheltenham, and then you'll have to get a bus from Cheltenham back to Gloucester. But as for
Right.
rail services, there's nothing to Gloucester.
All right, no worries. Thank you very much. Cheers. I'm glad your agency, because the staff here are bloody rude. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. Oh, sorry. So, just coming outside of the station now. We're just going to come down here and see what we can see. Obviously you've seen the attitude of the BT staff. How they're hoping to get support for a strike with that attitude, I don't know. But we're just going to have a little chat with the BT coppers and see what they've got to say. We're going to feign ignorance of the law because I still haven't seen any signs. And we'll see what these guys say. We've got a blue lamp outside. So there's a couple just pulled up and hopefully we can get to speak to them. So we'll have a see. If they're getting out, I think they are. Hi guys, sorry to jump straight on you. I've got a couple of questions if you could answer them.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wasn't aware there was a train strike today.
Okay.
Should have listened to the news this morning. Just been on to the station. I'm just recording what I'm doing in town today. The attitude of the staff in there, what is going on?
To be honest, we've been
Yeah.
out for most of the morning, so I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, and honestly, they are so unprofessional. All I wanted to do was find out if there's a train, because of the strike, going to Gloucester.
Okay.
If so, what time?
Yep.
Where'd I get my ticket? Because as you can tell by my accent, I'm not local.
Yep.
And I've never had such abuse
Okay.
from members of the staff. So where would I complain, first and foremost?
There is a number, isn't there, online?
Is there?
I think there's definitely a number to speak to customer services complaints.
Okay. And is that just for here, or is that?
No, it's a Great Western Railway.
Is it? So it's the
GWR,
big
so
thing?
that's it,
Okay.
Yeah, GWR.
Brilliant.
It's a GWR station, they're their staff.
Lovely. So that's the first bit out of the way, because I'm not easily bruised. Secondly, they've just told me it's illegal to film on the station.
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
No.
Are you in a rush to go somewhere?
Not particularly. No.
Could I just ask you to escort me and tell this fella,
Yep.
because he's come out with apologies now, but I mean you shouldn't be informing people of something that's meant to be against the law if it's not, should you? Is that all right?
Get rid of my box. So.
Sorry, yeah. I didn't want to jump straight on you, but
Sorry.
I didn't even know there was a police station here, to be honest. You sure you don't mind?
No, not
You're a gentleman. You're a credit to the force.
Thank you.
What's your name, by the way?
John.
John. How you do, John? I'm Scott.
Too bad?
Good. So I take it you got no trouble going on with the strike?
No, not at the moment.
Good.
Across the board.
Let's hope it keeps it that way then. Yeah.
You're on you.
Not yet. Colleague? Yeah. Obviously not as professional as you. Could be classed as an inflammatory comment in today's society. I tell you look very young, John. How long have you been in it?
Been in
Oh, fair play. You're wearing well. So we're just, it's only just in here. Just try and keep out of people's way.
Just a parkway, so you want to go through there?
I just want this gentleman here to tell you the information on filming on a station.
That's fair enough.
Just to clear things up, because
That's
you
all right.
you shocked me, A, with your attitude,
I do apologise
and
if I
B,
think I'm wrong.
with the fact that you're telling me I can't. So John's going to explain.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Hopefully.
All I was saying, it's a sensitive time at the moment with the strike being on, and I'm not used to having the camera poked right in my face.
It wasn't right in your face, let's be honest.
I do apologise.
I'm keeping my distance today
That's
because
all right.
it's still COVID.
That's all right, yeah,
Dunno.
no worries.
Yeah. Well, I think, like you said, it's sort of pretty much where you can film.
Yeah.
It's not illegal.
No, I didn't say it was illegal. No, and I did apologise, but
Okay, like I said,
we leave as friends. But the,
I'm happy with that. I just wanted to get the facts. I saw that I didn't even know there was a police station, so I just wanted to get the facts. And John's been very kind to. I just wanted you to know. I'm going to get him just to tell your colleague out here as well.
No,
So
it's just as you can see from my point of view as well. We don't normally have people with cameras poking in our face. So it's something.
I got to say, it wasn't poking in your face,
Well, no, not.
because I wouldn't do that,
No,
because that's
but
intrusive.
This sort of distance
But
away.
this is the modern age.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you're filming at the moment,
Yeah.
but they do it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just something
Like
I
said,
do.
I apologise to you.
That's
if
fine.
you think that was
Like you said, we
bad.
can leave him friends.
And hopefully you friends.
I don't
yeah.
fancy going to Cheltenham and then on a bus, I've got to say.
I tell you what, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But because there's a strike on, and I'm not striking.
Do you remember my first comment though? I didn't know there was a strike on.
Yeah. No. But
So, because there's more and more staff around, you wouldn't think there was a strike
and
on.
that's
Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thank
I'm
you.
glad we met.
I'll give you one of those because of
We've left
COVID.
as friends.
No worries. Thanks, John. And the only other one is this young man round here. You could just because they don't believe me, you know. And it's funny how they have a slightly different attitude when you turn up. So we'll just get you to mention it to this fella, and then I can leave in good faith. Are you just going on a break?
Yeah, I'm about to get some lunch now.
I'm sorry to interrupt that one.
No, so you need to buy a ticket on the bus to go to Boston because I can't sell you a ticket for a train because there aren't any trains. So there's no
Makes sense.
train tickets to Boston, because you won't be able to use it. Yes. No. You need to buy a ticket.
So have you come across many people that just film their everyday life?
Occasionally.
Yeah.
So not massively, if I'm honest with you.
No. It is a growing phenomenon,
Yeah.
you know. So.
No, that's no charge. Yeah.
Just a quick second. Does that see the platform ticket anymore? That's using that
Could you just explain to this young man what you told me about how I'm not allowed to film?
So I said that if you're a professional member of the press, you need to talk to the press team, and otherwise you need to sign in at the station to be able to film on the station. That's my understanding. The station management team will be able
That
to.
wasn't quite what you said,
What did you
because I asked you a genuine question, didn't I?
Yeah.
You ignored the question and then told me I can't film. Then you mentioned about being professional. I said I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want this gentleman to confirm, if you would, please, John.
Yeah,
Don't-
so
don't- yeah,
it's
sorry.
not illegal to film.
No, I understand it's not illegal to film on the station.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm sorry to have troubled you. I just wanted to clear that up for the future for anybody else that comes documenting their travels when there's some trains. No hard feelings, young man.
No, it's
Thank
fine.
you, John.
Sorry.
You have a safe trip
Take care.
back to your coffee house,
I will,
and
yeah.
I will leave you to it. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. So we're just going to drop that there after having them put straight, and I'll pick it up in a second. You're not filming at the moment, are you? No, that's okay. Could I just ask you a question? Hope you might be able to help me. I've just been in to try and make some inquiries. I'm not from the area, as you can tell. And I've been told I've got to get out, I'm not allowed to film, all the rest of it. What's the legalities on that from your point of view? Because you're obviously a professional setup.
Yeah, we got permission. You
Yeah.
can't film on private land. You can film on public spaces, you can film anybody on a public space. You can't film on a private land without permission.
And is that because you're professional?
That's the law. You have to get permission.
I'll tell you why I'm asking you. I wanted to see what your take on it was, because see that policeman over there?
Yeah.
I've just took him in to put them right on the law.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're allowed to film in there.
Not in a private space you can't.
Yeah, you
No,
can.
you
Do
can't.
you want me to get him over and tell you? Because I'm trying to help you out as a fellow professional.
Well, you're not allowed to film on a private space. That is
Where are you from? BBC, ITV?
GB News.
Oh, GB News, excellent, good stuff. One of my favourite channels.
Oh.
I just wanted to inquire from your colleague your idea of the legality of filming, because I was asked to leave by a couple of people saying I'm not allowed to film. So I bumped into John, who's the big tall copper, and I asked him, and he said I'm perfectly within my rights. So I've just took him in to speak to 2 or 3 members of staff to put them straight. Now that tells me that you're allowed to film. Now I know out of courtesy you would normally ask permission.
Yes, I mean we
Yeah.
we got permission. Our news desk contacted
Yeah,
Network Rail, who
Yeah.
gave us permission, so we
Sure.
got permission to film anywhere.
yeah.
But to my knowledge, as long as you're outside their property,
Only on public property, not on
Yeah,
private property.
yeah.
This should be private property.
so this will be private.
Well, this
property,
is
yeah.
what I'm trying to share with you, what I've just been told, because.
Not by any policeman. I know the law because it was my job. It was my job for 25
So
years.
are you telling me that John the Bobby doesn't know his job?
What's he saying?
He's saying I can film in there. I've just took him in to speak to a
film
couple.
inside there?
Yeah. Do you want to have a quick word with him? Because I'd like you guys to continue what you're doing, but John, 2 seconds, please. You're going to get to hate me, aren't you?
Everyone happy?
Don't look so worried. It's a very quick one. Just talking to our colleagues here from GB News, just seeing if they understand what the law is.
Okay.
They've got permission, so they're fine. But could you just tell them what you told me about filming inside?
Other than much, literally just said that it's not illegal to film
Yeah.
inside. That's all. That's the only thing I said.
You can only
Yeah.
film on public property, and that's private property, so you need permission.
Only if you're filming professionally. Anyone can film with their cameras
see.
inside.
And that is the key part, is it?
Yeah.
The professional aspect. And so you've got your permission. That's fine.
Right.
Cheers, John. Go and have your break, mate. You've obviously earned it. All right, guys. I just wondered because
Yeah.
you know I only do this as a hobby,
Yeah.
and sometimes we don't get any stick at all, and other times we get quite bad press. Oh, it's a great little gadget. I got to say, not as good as your setup. But so are you going out 6 o'clock or something? Or?
No, we're on our 20 minutes.
Oh, are you?
All afternoon.
Ah, right. Okay. I'll try and catch it later then.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Take care. So I'll let you put in the comments what you think of the young lady. I used to work in it. I know the law. But, I'm going to have a wander down to the strikers and just see what their attitude is, and I'll pick it up in a bit. So we just come down to where the strikers are, guys. Let's see if anybody wants to talk to us. I'm sure somebody will. Hello, anybody prepared to give me a statement of what it's all about, please, for my YouTube channel? No?
Not me.
Just trying to get you some support, that's all.
No, I don't do.
No? Funnily enough, I've just been filming in the station and a guy there said, it's a very sensitive subject, don't film me. I said, why is that? He said, I've crossed the picket line. I said, well, maybe you shouldn't have done. But it didn't go down too well. So who's going to talk to me then? You must have somebody that's almost like an official rep.
They're on tea break.
Would they? Yeah. All right, no worries. Cheers, guys. Excuse me interrupting, guys.
That's all right, no problems at all.
I've just, funny enough, spoken to this young man who doesn't want to be on film, that's fine. And they said that you guys might be able to tell me a little bit about what all this is about, why you're striking. see if we can get you some support through my YouTube channel?
If Sophie might want to speak, and I've done quite a bit of speaking that tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So if
You need
somebody
more.
else wants
You need
to,
more coffee then.
yeah, if somebody else would like to see if Sophie.
I only
wants
need
to,
the basic bones.
Right, yeah, as to what it's all in that.
So who am I talking
I'll
to?
go down and see if Sophie's
Oh,
interested
lovely,
in that
thank
then.
you.
Sorry, we'll be back in 2 minutes. Yeah, it's just no, I've done enough and that's it.
Of course, yeah, yeah.
That's the wrong thing to say. I just like to give maybe somebody else like that's an
Sure,
opportunity.
yeah.
So you're doing a YouTube and that, then
I'm a
isn't it?
YouTuber, yeah,
okay.
and I like to film things of public interest, and
Absolutely, yeah.
and this is. I was doing a strike the other week on aerospace,
Oh, right.
so oh, mind your flag.
Sorry to interrupt, Tom. Do you want to speak? You just meant to do the YouTube thing. Would you like to speak for a change?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, go on.
It hasn't got to be a long drawn out thing. Thank you very much.
That's all right. No
Have
problem.
you right.
Trust me with the flag.
Push me into it there.
Go on, Tom.
All it is, I'm a YouTuber. I film things of public interest. I've covered a few industrial disputes around, but I've never done anything with the railway. So, so what's your name first?
I'm Tom.
Tom, how'd you do, Tom? I'm Scott.
Nice to meet you.
So yeah, just tell us a brief bit what you're striking for, because all I heard as I was literally pulling in the car park was a Grant Shapps is stopping your union talking to private companies.
Yeah, I don't know fully about that, and I obviously can't speak about that because
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But basically, it's for the safety of the railway.
Okay.
They want to cut down on numbers of staff. They want to get rid of ticket officers.
Right.
Other station staff, on-board staff. They want to merge roles as well, which we don't think is going to be beneficial
Right.
for the running or the safety of the railway. I'm a health and safety rep myself. But then obviously we've got jobs, so that's job security as well as safety.
Yes.
We've also got our pensions that are under attack as well.
Right.
We have got one of the better pensions in the country. It's a perk to working here. Myself, I work in Taunton, live in Taunton, work in Bristol.
Right,
So
okay.
travelling costs is costing me an arm and a leg. I'm paying about £500 every 4 weeks. I can't afford
Jeez.
to. I can't afford to carry on working here, to be honest.
So there's no such thing as free travel for you to get to and from
We
work?
get free travel, but obviously we've got to be there for the first train or the last train, so it doesn't always work out.
Gotcha.
And for me, the way my links are being formed this time, it's just not working out for me to be able to get travel in at all. But again, it probably wouldn't be that long until they try and take that from
Yes.
us. Who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
But we've been on a pay freeze for 3 years.
Have
So
you? Right.
With the cost of living going up as well, it's just getting beyond a joke.
Yeah.
But it's the safety is the main thing.
Okay. Well, that's understandable because obviously that affects everybody that the other users are trained. So I'm sure my viewers will comment on that. I'm not going to keep you any longer than that. I just needed to know the basic bare bones.
Yeah, the thing is, for the basic train, if it's a 10-car train, it's 2 5s together.
Right.
You should have 2 customers in the front, 2 in the back, and a train manager and a driver.
Right,
At the
okay.
moment, we're running basically 1 in front, 1 in the back. You're lucky if you get 2, and then the guard and the train driver. So
Right.
we're running shorter at the moment already
Yeah.
because of the volunteered redundancies that have already happened. That
Gotcha.
they're not rehiring to replace, and they haven't amended our diagrams in Bristol to be able to reflect that. So we are lone working.
Okay.
Which, as an individual who likes to work late, I end up splitting fights up all the time, as you can imagine. Last one off with Paddington, for instance.
Yes.
Always a drinker's train. They're either asleep or they're fighting.
Right.
It's one or the other, and you've got to be in there trying to stop them.
Yeah.
It's not our job.
And they
to
probably
be.
see you as a challenge because you're a bit of a big lad.
Sometimes they do,
You know?
sometimes they don't. But we've got to try and diffuse the situation
Yes.
as best we can
Yeah.
while on the move, because the police can't get to you.
So looking at the worst case scenario there then, if you actually got attacked because 2 people turned on you, you're stranded in the middle of a train with no chance of help until you get to the next station. That's
exactly what it is,
that's
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
All
Especially
right.
if I'm on the front on my own.
Yeah.
Because the other
I
guy
didn't
can't
realise
get
any of
through,
this.
2
So
trains joined together, you cannot walk through.
yeah, because your typical press isn't telling us these factors. I've just spoken to GB News up there, who supposedly are meant to be one of the factual stations. They're not really interested. They're going live at 1 o'clock apparently. But I might tell them to come down here and speak to somebody real, get the true facts.
We've had Points West come down here earlier on this morning. Maureen gave an interview for them, and then last time we had quite a few come down here.
Right.
But again, do they choose to publicise us? No, they don't. They
No.
choose to go with the
Yeah.
management or the customers who are affected.
Yeah.
And the overall support we're having is massive.
Good.
We've got
Good.
teachers turning up, nurses turning up, fire brigade this morning, fire brigade later on, they've got to
Brilliant.
come down. Everyone you can imagine from different unions,
Yeah.
even people not in unions, are turning up
Sure.
to show support. amount of food we've got.
I noticed you'd been given some bits and bobs, yeah.
Sandwiches, drinks, everything you can imagine. Last time just as much as well. I'm sure the crowd's going to get bigger here as the day goes on as well. It was quite big this morning and it always gets bigger throughout the day.
Well, I wish you luck in what you're trying to do.
Thank you very much.
I wish you every success, because safety travelling anywhere is paramount for me, and I'm sure it is for a lot of other people. So give us some likes in the comments, guys, and share this video so we can get the message out there all around. Thanks. I forgot your name, sorry. Tom. Thanks, Tom. Much appreciated.
Thank you, buddy.
Stay safe, yeah? I don't carry things like that because, I'll be honest with you, and I don't mind the viewers listening, sometimes when I talk to the police, they get a bit hands-on and they try and get information out of us that we don't have to give because we've not broken the law.
Yeah, exactly.
So we don't carry anything because they often pull section 43, terrorist, and they've got the right to search you then. Yeah. So we don't carry anything that can incriminate. And if you've got a phone, you make sure it's locked.
Yeah,
but,
don't blame me.
yeah, I mean, luckily it's only a few. You know, the majority, especially in Avon and Somerset and Gloucestershire, I've got to say, very professional. But you get the odd one or two that
like
push
in
it.
any industry, you do, don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
So, yeah, I mean, if you want to look online, I get me words out. I'll edit that, but expose and educate. Okay, so what I do is I film all sorts of stuff, police stations, courts. Sometimes it's peaceful and positive, and other times I have a little bit of running. But yeah, have a look. Brilliant. Leave a nice comment though. Don't. Cheers, Tom. Cheers. Take care. Stay safe. I'll give you a toot when I leave. So there goes. That's Tom, guys. Hopefully now you're all a little bit more aware of what's going on and the reasons behind this. And I think, you know, we know train prices are a premium, and there's no real reason not to have the correct amount of staff on. It's obviously just down to pure greed and profit, as per always. But leave us some comments, guys. It's nice to be back out with you. I am feeling it a little bit today, first time back out. Walked a good few miles, which I haven't been able to do recently. So if you like what you've seen, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then please hit that button, and if you hit the little bell icon, you'll be notified when we upload any new content. Again, thank you to all the new subscribers, thank you to all the lovely comments. It is really appreciated. I've been in a little bit of a dark place, and it's nice to know that you get enjoyment from what myself and people like me are trying to do, and you'll never know how much we appreciate it. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, and I'm just going to say I did have a few negative comments, quite nasty in places, and I know some of the other guys have had that. My only advice to other auditors or to anybody else, ignore these idiots.